Hello all, I welcome you all in the my multiple choice question session of this topic is beta function. Before starting the questions, first of all, write down the definition and some properties of beta function. Basic definition for beta function of m and n, it is given by beta of m n is equal to integration 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to n minus 1 dx. Read it as a beta of mn. Then properties, first that is the relation between beta and gamma. Beta of mn is equal to gamma m into gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n. Second, we have alternate formula for beta function. Beta of mn is equal to integration 0 to infinity x raised to m minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to m plus n dx. Then third, we have beta of mn is same as beta of nm, position is immaterial, mn is same as nm. Fourth, we have another basic which we will use in more examples, that integration 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to p theta into cos raised to q theta d theta is equal to 1 upon 2 into beta of p plus 1 by 2 comma q plus 1 by 2. Then fifth, we may have to use that gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n, and gamma 1 by 2 is equal to root pi. This also we may have to use. So these are some basic properties and formulae for beta function. Now let us go for the questions. Question number 1. The value of integration 0 to 1 x cube into 1 minus root x raised to 5 dx by using substitution root x is equal to t. The question is easy. Substitution they have given. Otherwise, if substitution is not given, you have to think of the substitution, and always think that always you must get the term 1 minus t type, and accordingly you have to do the substitution. So here in this example, 1 minus t will be after putting the root x is equal to t. So put root x is equal to t. That implies x is equal to what? T square, taking square on both sides. So dx will be equal to what? Derivative 2t dt. And what about limits? For x is equal to 0, t is also 0, and for x is equal to 1, t is also 1. So limits remains unchanged. This integral I, it will become integration 0 to 1 x cube, x is t square, so t square cube means t raised to 6 into 1 minus root x is t raised to 5 into dx. What is dx? Dx is 2t dt. So just simplify this. 2 constant taking outside, integration 0 to 1 t raised to 6 into this means t raised to 6 into t raised to 1, that is t raised to 7 by law of indices, into 1 minus t raised to 5 dt. That is, now this you have to write in the form of this basic formula, x raised to m minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to n minus 1. So it is integration 0 to 1 t raised to 7 we can write as 8 minus 1 into 1 minus t raised to 5 we can write as 6 minus 1 dt. That is 2 into, by basic formula of beta function, this is beta of what? 8, 6. So 2 into beta of 8, 6. What are the options? So you can see the option A itself is correct. Option A, that is 2 into beta of 8, 6. Option A is the answer. Let us move for the next, second question. What is second question? The value of integration 0 to 2 8 minus x cube, integration 0 to 2 x into 8 minus x cube dx by using substitution x cube is equal to 8t. I already told you that when solving the examples of beta function, we must get the term of 1 minus 10. Here you can see that if I put that x cube as 8t, then and then I will have that 1 minus t term by taking 8 common. So put x cube equal to 8t. So that implies taking third root on both sides. So it is x is equal to cube root of 8 is 2 and cube root of t is t raised to 1 upon 3. Now take derivative of this. So dx will be equal to 2 into derivative of t raised to 1 by 3 is 1 upon 3 t raised to 1 upon 3 minus 1 dt. That is 2 by 3 into t raised to what it is 1 by 3 minus 1 means minus 2 by 3 dt. So this is for dx. And what about limits? For x equal to 0, you can see that limit is t is 0, and for x equal to 2 it will be 2 cube means 8, so it will be equal to 8t, that means t will become 1. So limits are changing, as 0 to 1. So with this we have that I is equal to integration 0 to 1 x. What is x? X is 2 into t raised to 1 upon 3 into 8 minus x cube, that is 8 minus 8t, x cube we are putting as 8t, and dx is what? 2 upon 3 into t raised to minus 2 by 3 dt. Simplified further, this 2 and 2 by 3 means 4 upon 3 we can take outside. What remains? Integration 0 to 1 t raised to 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. So 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 minus 2 means minus 1 upon 3 t raised to minus 1 upon 3. From this take 8 common, so 8 into bracket 1 minus t. So here what we missed? Here it is bracket raised to 1 upon 3. In the equation it is bracket raised to 1 upon 3. So just correcting that, bracket raised to 1 upon 3. So taking 8 outside. So what happens? As there is a bracket raised to 1 upon 3, we cannot take only 8. 8 raised to 1 upon 3 we have to take outside. So 8 raised to 1 upon 3 into 1 minus t raised to 1 upon 3 into what remains? Dt. Okay. Now simplify it further. So it is equal to 4 upon 3. This 8 raised to 1 upon 3 also taking outside, 8 raised to 1 upon 3 integration 0 to 1 t raised to minus 1 upon 3 into 1 minus t raised to plus 1 upon 3 dt. Okay. So further it will be 4 into 8 raised to 1 by 3. 8 raised to 1 by 3 is 2 cube root of 8. So 4 into 2 means 8 upon 3, 0 to 1. Now this minus 1 by 3, how we can write? Minus 1 by 3 we have to write as a m minus 1. So minus 1 by 3 as m minus 1. So m will be equal to what? 1 minus 1 by 3 means 2 by 3. So that t raised to minus 1 by 3 we can write as 2 by 3 minus 1. Now what? 1 upon 3. 1 upon 3 we have to write as a n minus 1. That means n is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3, that is 4 upon 3. So it is 1 minus t raised to 1 by 3 is 4 by 3 minus 1 dt. This is m minus 1, n minus 1. Powers are same. This 2 by 3 minus 1 is same as minus 1 by 3. And 4 by 3 minus 1 is 1 upon 3. So it is equal to 8 upon 3 into. Now you can see that this is in the basic beta function formula. T raised to m minus 1 into 1 minus t raised to n minus 1. So by the basic formula it will be beta of 2 by 3 comma 4 by 3. So that implies, okay, the question, let us see the options. Option 8 upon 3 into beta of 2 by 3, 4 by 3. So we can use option D. No need to simplify it further. So option D is the answer for this. Okay, this is question number 2. Let us move for question number 3. What is question number 3? Integration 0 to pi by 2 root tan theta. Integration 0 to pi by 2 root tan theta d theta. Now you can see that here I have to use this property number 4, integration 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to p into cos raised to q. Before that, the tan we can consider as sine upon cos, and root is raised to 1 upon 2. So it is integration 0 to pi by 2 sine theta upon cos theta bracket raised to 1 upon 2 d theta, that is integration 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 1 by 2 theta upon cos raised to 1 by 2 theta d theta, that is integration 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 1 by 2 theta into cos raised to, this cos is in denominator, if we shift it to numerator it will become cos raised to minus 1 by 2 theta d theta. Now we can see that this is in the property number 4 type with p as a 1 by 2 and q as a minus 1 by 2. So by this property number 4 it is 1 upon 2 beta of p plus 1, that is 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 2 comma q plus 1 by 2, that is minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 2. Simplify it, that is 1 upon 2 beta of 1 by 2 plus 1, that is 3 by 2 upon 2 means 3 by 4, and minus 1 by 2 plus 1, that is 1 by 2 upon this 2 means 1 upon 4. So here the answer is 1 by 2 beta 3 by 4 comma 1 by 4. So option A is the correct answer. Option A is question number 3. Okay, let us consider question number 4. Question number 4 is integration 0 to 1 x raised to 3 plus x square divided by 1 plus x raised to 7 dx, 1 plus x raised to 7 dx. Okay, let us mention one property for this. For that, by that property you will get the answer directly. We have the property, let us write here property number 6. Property, okay, it will be here 6 property, adding here beta of mn is equal to integration 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 plus x raised to n minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to m plus n dx. This is the property. X raised to m minus 1 plus x raised to n minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to m plus n. Limits are 0 to 1. Don't mix this property with the alternate formula. Here the limits are 0 to infinity and here limits are 0 to 1. Here there is only x raised to m minus 1. Here there is x raised to m minus 1 plus x raised to n minus 1. So remember the difference. So by using this property you will have the answer in one step only, that is integration 0 to 1. This given example, given integral we can write as x raised to 3 is 4 minus 1 plus x raised to 2 is 3 minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to 7 we can write as 4 plus 3 dx. So you can see that this is in the form of integration 0 to 1 x raised to m minus 1 plus x raised to n minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to m plus n, with m is a 4 and n as a 3. So it is equal to beta of m n, that is beta of 3 4, beta of 3 4. That is by using relation between beta and gamma, it will be gamma 3 into gamma 4 divided by gamma of 3 plus 4. Now what is gamma 3? Gamma 3, as it is integral, gamma 3 is gamma 2 plus 1 and it is a 2 factorial, because gamma n plus 1 is n factorial for integral values of n. So it is 2 factorial, gamma 4 is 3 factorial divided by gamma 7, gamma 7 will be 6 factorial. Just simplify it, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6 divided by 6 factorial is what? 720. So just simplify this, 6 into 12, so it will be finally 12 6, that means it is 1 upon 60. What are the options? Option C, you can see that option C is the answer for this. Okay, this is question number 4. Now let us move for question number 5. Question number 5. What is question number 5? Beta 3 by 4 1 by 4 is equal to, that is simple, beta 3 by 4 comma 1 by 4. Use the relation between beta and gamma. By relation between beta and gamma, it is gamma 3 by 4 into gamma 1 by 4 divided by gamma 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4 using this first property, relation between beta and gamma. That is gamma 3 by 4 into gamma 1 by 4 divided by gamma 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4, that is gamma 4 by 4 gamma 1, that is gamma 1 is 1, means what remains? Only gamma 3 by 4 into gamma 1 by 4. Now this is gamma 3 by 4, I can write as a 1 minus 1 by 4 and gamma 1 by 4 as it is. So 3 by 4 writing as a 1 minus 1 by 4, and we have to use this property. What is the property? This is for gamma function property. Gamma p into gamma 1 minus p is equal to pi upon sine p pi. Pi upon sine p pi. So here p is pi by 4. So this is pi divided by sine of p pi, that is sine of pi by 4. That is pi divided by sine pi by 4 is 1 upon root 2. So it is pi, this will get inverted, means pi root 2. What are the options? Okay, so D is the correct answer. Option D is the answer. This is fifth example by using property and the relation between the beta and gamma. Remember the property that gamma p into gamma 1 minus p is equal to pi upon sine p pi. Now let us go for the next question. Question number 6. It is the value of beta mn plus 1 plus beta m plus 1 n is, and we just simplify this by using this again relation between beta and gamma. So beta m comma n plus 1 will be gamma m into gamma n plus 1 upon gamma m plus n plus 1 plus, by same relation, it is gamma m plus 1 into gamma n divided by gamma m plus 1 plus n or m plus n plus 1. Both are same. Denominators are same. So we can write it as gamma m into gamma n plus 1 plus gamma m plus 1 into gamma n divided by denominator is gamma m plus n plus 1. Now we have to use this property. Gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n. So gamma m will be as it is. Gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n plus gamma m plus 1 is m gamma m. Gamma n as it is divided by denominator gamma m plus n plus 1, we can write as m plus n gamma m plus n using the same property. Now from numerator you can have that gamma m and gamma n common. What remains inside? N plus m divided by m plus n gamma of m plus n. So this m plus n and this m plus n will cancel. What remains? Gamma m into gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n, which is same as a beta of mn, The answer is option A, just by using the relation between beta and gamma. Okay, now next question number 7. Question number 7 is integration 0 to pi by 2 root cos theta d theta is equal to. So here the trigonometry and the integration limits are 0 to pi by 2, means I have to use this fourth property, but for using that I have to write it in the form of sin raised to p into cos raised to q. So you can write it in this way: integration 0 to pi by 2, sine term is not there, so sine we can write as sin raised to 0 theta, because sin raised to 0 is 1, and root cos is cos raised to 1 by 2. So we have this form: sin raised to p into cos raised to q. P is 0 and q is 1 upon 2. So by using this property, it is 1 upon 2 beta of p plus 1, that is 0 plus 1 upon 2, comma q plus 1 upon 2, that is 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 2, that is 1 upon 2 beta of, this is 1 by 2 and this is 1 by 2 plus 1 with 3 by 2, and upon 2 means 3 upon 4. Now use the relation between beta and gamma to further simplify. So it is 1 upon 2 beta mn, that is gamma m gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n. So it is gamma 1 by 2 gamma 3 by 4 divided by gamma 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4. Okay, so that is 1 upon 2. Gamma 1 by 2 is root pi, so putting here root pi by 2. Gamma 3 by 4 as it is, and this 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4, here the LCM is 4, means this will be 2 plus 3 upon 4 means gamma 5 by 4. What are the options? First is root pi by 2, gamma 5 by 4, gamma 3 by 4, that is not correct. Second is root pi by 2, gamma 3 by 4 by gamma 5 by 4, so option B is the answer. Okay, so this is question number 7. Next, go for question number 8. Question number 8. So what is question 8? By using substitution x cube equal to t, the integration 0 to 1 of 1 divided by under root 1 minus x cube dx. Substitution, put x cube is equal to t. But before that, this integral we can write as integration 0 to 1. Root means what? Raised to 1 by 2. So this will be 1 minus x cube bracket raised to 1 by 2. Shifting to numerator, it will become 1 minus x cube raised to minus 1 upon 2 dx. So this substitution is x cube equal to t. That implies x is equal to t raised to 1 upon 3 taking cube root. And dx is equal to 1 upon 3 t raised to 1 by 3 minus 1, that is t raised to minus 2 by 3 dt. And limits for x0 t0 and for x1 t is again 1. So limits are unchanged. So the integral I, it will be equal to integration 0 to 1 minus x cube is t raised to minus 1 upon 2 dx. What is dx? 1 upon 3 t raised to minus 2 upon 3 dt. So 1 upon 3 will take outside, and this t raised to minus 2 by 3 we have to write as m minus 1. So m will be equal to 1 minus 2 by 3, that is 1 upon 3, and this minus 1 by 2 we have to write as n minus 1. So n will be equal to 1 minus 1 by 2, that is 1 upon 2. So that 1 upon 3 outside, 1 upon 3 taking outside, integration 0 to 1, t raised to minus 2 by 3 is 1 upon 3 minus 1 into 1 minus t raised to 1 minus t raised to minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 minus 1 dt. That implies I is equal to 1 upon 3 into, this is what, beta of 1 upon 3 comma 1 upon 2. Okay, this is our simplification. And what are the options? Okay, we have done one more step. Actually the options are given in terms of integration. 1 upon 3 integration 0 to 1 t raised to minus 2 by 3, t raised to minus 2 by 3. So let us rewrite it as minus 2 by 3, and this 1 by 2 minus 1 is what? Minus 1 by 2. So the option B. Okay, so option B is the correct answer. We have done the extra work. Actually you have to stop here. Okay, so take note of that, means you have to observe while solving the examples, you have to observe the options also. Otherwise you may go further, and in the previous step itself you may find the answer or options. This is okay. Now next, go for the next question. Question number 9. Okay, it is very easy. Integration 0 to 1 x raised to 9 into 1 minus x raised to 5 dx. No simplification, directly it is in the standard form of beta function. X raised to 9 we can consider as 10 minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to 5 we can consider as 6 minus 1 dx. So it is by definition beta of 10 comma 6. Now use the relation between beta and gamma. This will be gamma 10 by gamma 6 divided by gamma of 16. But okay, option C. Option C is the answer. Gamma 10 into gamma 6 divided by gamma of 16. Okay. Next, question number 10. The value of integration 0 to infinity x raised to 8 divided by 1 plus x raised to 15 dx. So that implies, now limits are 0 to infinity. When limits are 0 to infinity, think of this second formula, alternate formula for beta function. So 0 to infinity x raised to m minus 1, 8 we can add as a 9 minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to 15 we can add as a 9 plus 6 dx. So it is in the form of integration 0 to infinity x raised to m minus 1 upon 1 plus x raised to m plus n, that is beta of 9, 6. So by relation between beta and gamma, it is gamma 9 into gamma 6 divided by gamma of 15. So option D is the answer. Option D. Okay, so this is 10th example. Now these are some examples on beta function, and you have observed that we have used all these things: basic formula, relation between beta and gamma, alternate definition. Then this when limits are 0 to pi by 2, you have to consider sin raised to p into cos raised to q, and gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n, and gamma 1 by 2 is equal to root pi. Also we have used one property, that gamma p into gamma 1 minus p is equal to pi upon sin p pi. So you have to remember all that properties and formulae so that you can solve the examples on beta function. Okay.